Welcome to Engaging Kitsap, a positive local forum where we bring engaging people, ideas, and organizations into our BKAT studio. Today we welcome Rob Gelder, who started early in 2025 as the City Administrator for the City of Poulsbo, and previously served 12 years as Kitsap County Commissioner, representing North Kitsap. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you.
Tell us about this new role, because it's not just a new role for you personally, but also for the city.
Oh, well, thank you for having me, first off. But it is really exciting to be the first of anything, but to be able to sort of embark on this journey with the City of Poulsbo. And what's really cool about it is that I have the opportunity to shape and shift the organization and operations. So really, it is responsible. While they began in January, it seems like I've been at it a while, but it's really kind of cool to focus on everything from soup to nuts. So all of, whether it's police, whether it's planning, land use, public works, streets, water, stormwater, you name it, it all falls under the auspices of the city administrator. But I think also one of the more important things too is that the role also is there to support the mayor and council to make sure that they have the information that they need and are successful in delivering the leadership and services to the community.
Well, that sounds fun, a little bit of mentoring.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when was the decision made to hire the city administrator, and what benefit did the city see in creating that position?
Well, the position was funded during the development of the 2025-2026 biennial budget. And I think really the benefit, if I were to sort of channel the leadership of the city, was to be able to have a position that afforded a continuity of leadership for the organization and being able to help support the leadership of the various departments.
Well, that continuity of leadership, that makes a lot of sense. But I also imagine that another benefit is that the mayor can appoint someone that has a very specific professional skill set, right? Mm-hmm.
I would say, or maybe argue or push back a little bit on the specific skill set, because I think the role requires a well-rounded set of experiences and skills, and really to be able to afford the city that stability that they're looking for, along with that consistent delivery of services.
Right. Well, you mentioned the whole gamut of responsibilities from soup to nuts. So yeah, well-rounded makes total sense to me. I've always found it really interesting, just the different structures of local governance. And I'm still learning how the different cities in Kitsap compare to each other. How about the City of Poulsbo now with this new change? What does the structure look like, and what kinds of things had to happen in order to create that transition?
That's a great question. I think that really what has happened is that I am the only single direct report to the mayor. So all of the other department directors and that leadership report to me, and my responsibility is really overseeing the day-to-day operations of the city and supporting the department leadership to make sure that they have what they need to be able to successfully implement policy direction and their programmatic goals. So beyond that, I think really what it took to happen, they had to create a position description, fund it, hire, but more importantly, it needed to exist in code. So we actually had to update the Poulsbo Municipal Code to create the administrator position and change how people reported.
All right. Yeah, I can see that. So now the way that the City of Poulsbo is structured, how does that differ compared to, say, the City of Poulsbo, Port Orchard, or City of Bainbridge Island?
Yeah, I think that still in terms of the structure, governance structure, Poulsbo is more akin to Port Orchard because it still is a strong mayor system. And so where you have a elected council, and so the mayor is the executive branch, council is the legislative branch. What's different from say the City of Bainbridge Island is because Bainbridge Island chose through an election of their voters to create a council manager form. And there is the manager is appointed by the city council and serves as that chief executive. And they elect from council members a mayor, so it's more of a figurehead per se, that serves a 2-year term, and they rotate through that.
That's so interesting. Yeah, everybody accomplishes their business. They just do it a little bit differently. Doing things a little bit differently. Kitsap County Commissioner, you did that for 12 years. You represented North Kitsap. How does that position of commissioner compare to the city administrator now? And what might you have learned as a commissioner that's informing your goals and priorities now at the city?
I think it gets back to sort of the governance and civics question as well, because what's unique about the county commissioner role is that it serves both as the executive and legislative combined. So not only are you thinking about policy direction, but you need to be cognizant of what it takes to implement that policy. So being a very operationally minded kind of animal to begin with, I was always fascinated with really trying to make that translation from policy into implementation. So I think it positioned me well to have that broader picture.
What about this challenge of being in a much smaller organization now than with the county?
Yeah, I don't. What's really cool is that it feels on some level that you're better positioned to get your arms around it. Poulsbo is only 4.74 square miles, and it is nice to be able to sort of have a smaller geography, but I have got a phenomenal team of leaders in each of the departments that are professionals that know what needs to be done to be able to implement the policy direction of the council. And so it's a fantastic team, and I'm just lucky to be part of it.
That's great to hear that. So for residents who want to learn more about the City of Poulsbo and maybe connect with you, what do you suggest?
Well, I think a couple of things. Often the interface that I hear from residents of the city is that they've seen something. They've seen a sign that's down or a pothole or something like that. The best thing to do would be to go to our website and connect with See Click Fix. So they can actually go through the website, or they could actually download an app that allows us to collect those issues and concerns. But they can always shoot us an email. I'm happy to do that. That's, in this day and age, is one of the easy ways to do it. But I would also argue that to really understand what's going on in the city, the best way to do it is to actually come to see government work.
Sure, yeah.
And to be able to attend one of our council meetings. We meet every Wednesday night, 5 o'clock, for the first 3 Wednesdays of the month. And there you're going to get to see the elected leaders in action, see the appointed department heads doing their thing and being able to share that information. And so it's a great way to kind of experience that.
Experience it, but also provide some feedback too, right?
Oh yeah, that's kind of instantaneous feedback. So there's always an opportunity for public comment. If it's on any general topic or something that's on our agenda, there are 2 opportunities to provide comment to council and to the mayor and to staff as well.
And for those people who can't get out in person, there's opportunities for people to watch on BKAT, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Broadcasting live on BKAT. We also have for those who would like to be in the webinar format, you can actually join the meeting in a webinar, Zoom webinar.
Okay.
But it's also then available for rebroadcast on BKAT, and you can also get the recording from our website.
Yeah, the city's website and BKAT's website. So lots of ways that people can watch it in the moment and then follow up later on.
Exactly.
Lots of ways to learn about how the city operates, and then also to keep up with it once they do, right?
Exactly. I mean, I would argue that being live in the setting is a very different experience than seeing a recording, because you get to see and feel kind of the energy of the room is very different than what might be captured in broadcast.
Yeah, I imagine that's true. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing about this new role.
Thank you.
And some information about how the city's governance is structured. And I'd love to have you back maybe in a year or 2 and learn what's new once you get a little bit more time under your belt. And just really glad to talk with you.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You've been watching Engaging Kitsap, a positive local forum where we bring engaging people, ideas, and organizations into the BKAT studio. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.